Welcome back to another episode of the 5-Star Talk podcast with JayBee and Millie.
Hi guys!
Now today is a guest that really needs no introduction, but I'm going to do one anyway. It's probably one of our favourite people in the whole wide world. It's ahnahleesa.
Hi, and thank you.
So I feel like ahnahleesa doesn't really need much introduction on the channel. They are our first ever island tour, nearly our first ever podcast, and just whenever we see an island we love, we're always like, okay, I can't wait to see ahnahleesa's reaction to this. So again, putting a little bit of a name, like meeting the actual person here now. So honestly, ahnahleesa has one of the most, I think, creative Animal Crossing YouTube channels. We were having a really interesting conversation a couple of weeks ago with on the TJ Burns podcast as to where Animal Crossing could go next, and honestly, some of ahnahleesa's music videos, I think that is the next stage for Animal Crossing.
Yeah, like genuinely. I mean, she upsets me a bit because when I'm talking to her about, like, oh, do you want to come on this, like, creator collab? And she's just very modest, like, oh, I only do it for fun. And it's like, yeah, but that's why it's so good, because you can literally just tell that it's a passion project. And that's why every single video is just so infectiously addictive.
And I don't think I've ever seen tweets with so many likes.
Yes. Oh, my God. They go, like, viral every other week, every other day. It's just... oh my gosh, I literally feel like I'm talking to someone famous and I'm nervous.
Oh, I'm not famous, and I have all of 9 subscribers on YouTube, so I don't do very good at promoting that. But yeah, it's mostly just like I get a random idea and I'm like, that would be funny or that would be cute. Let me try that out.
So your latest video was the Animal Crossing All I Want.
Happen as best as I can.
I'm so sorry. So your latest video is the Animal Crossing All I Want for Christmas one, and I will admit I replayed that 5 times because we go through our subscriber list more or less every day just to see who's got new videos, and I enjoyed listening to Christmas music and just seeing the visual so much that I did make JayBee replay that at least 5 times.
Yeah, it's so good. You were literally, oh yeah, let's play it again. Let's do
this. So, like, you took inspiration from some of the Christmas, like, items and things in the game. How have you been finding the new kind of items and the updates ready for Christmas on the island?
Yeah, so, like, when it came to the music video, there's... I don't know if it's still a meme, but every year it'd be, like, December 1st, and Mariah Carey wakes up and she starts singing the song, and then other people would do it. So I was like, I have to do a December 1st video that... it's Christmas now because it's December, because Christmas lasts all month, especially this year where everybody's kind of like down, and it's nice to cheer up. So that's where I made that video. And I've made a lot of changes to my island for Christmas, not like entirely. It's still Captain America themed. I still have the giant shield flower field and most of the bits that make it what it is. But there's a couple sections that I've like completely redone for Christmas, or specifically built for Christmas.
That's exciting. I'm getting excited to see those because obviously, you know, we see a little bit of your island when we fly over, but since the first tour, we've not really fully gone round and seen what's changed.
I mean, like, Millie's been crying her eyes out at a lot of these Christmas tours, but I can just tell that the return to Shutter will be when I start crying, because I get very sentimental with, like, things, I don't know, either coming full circle, or just landmarks in general.
I feel like it would scare you, because you've always said we started on the island, and our last ever island tour, you'd want to be that island. So I feel like that's what would get to you.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It just seems right, but then I don't know. I'm just confused.
I don't want my island to be your last tour, but I really want you guys to come back for a tour for the holidays. I've been working really hard to get it finished. Hopefully, within the next day or 2, I'll be done. I'm almost done.
That's amazing. We're very excited to see that. And of all the kind of new things that's been added for Christmas, is there an item that you think has inspired you the most, or?
Well, I know like the dino toys have been great because of I have that dinosaur forest around my museum, so those have been incorporated. Um, the other toys, I haven't quite worked out how I want to use them, but I'm trying to figure out the best way to scatter those around. And the tents are awesome. There's a couple tents that really like fit my color scheme and look great on the beach, and I'm happy about those.
Yeah, the tents
And
are a stunning item, and there's so many amazing variants of it as well. So we did a tour a few days ago, and they had like a circus tent kind of colour scheme that we loved.
yeah, there's definitely a Pietro tent,
Oh
which
yeah.
isn't my color scheme, but I appreciate how it can be used on other people's islands.
See, I like it
And
that much. I did it for like a little. I didn't really do a speed build, but I made like a little Pietro circus because I just love Pietro so much.
that's great, and I love him too. Which is funny because I remember doing a Nook Mile like villager hunt, and I don't remember who I was looking for, but I came across Pietro. I took a picture, was like, ew, I don't want him. This was months ago, though. And then now I'm like, I love Pietro. He's adorable and hilarious. But I think it's more to do with, like, the fan art that the people in the community make that I'm like, aw, Pietro. He's just a sad clown.
Yeah, it's like that one. What is it? Chuckles from Toy Story 3. He's just
Yes.
all Pennywise.
Oh. That's a creepy clown. Still like him, but
Very creepy clown. So I don't know. I guess this is our kind of Christmas event on the Five Star Talk podcast. So I'm really looking forward to getting so festive with this. So I want to talk about some Christmas movies, Christmas songs, basically all things Christmassy. So yeah, Millie, what are your thoughts on that?
I mean, my first thought on that is we've seen Annaleesa's interpretation of All I Want for Christmas Is You. Are there any movies or any other songs related to Christmas that's inspiring you for a video at the minute?
one of my favorite musicians rewrote one of their songs to be warm on a Christmas night. So I was gonna see, can I make that an Animal Crossing music video? Because I love them. It's Han. They're a cool band. And then other than that, I do want to make like a video with like the illuminated furniture. And there's that Christmas song with the it's like du, 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 but like the rock version of it. And I'm like, what can I do with that? Even if it's just a short video, because it's just the Christmas light when they turn on, they're so cool. So I'm gonna have to like sit there and stare at it till it turns on, so I can get that moment.
That would be really satisfying. Like, honestly, JayBee said one of his biggest wishes would have been to just be able to interact with those lights and turn them on yourself. Because in the day, some of them look a bit dull, and it's kind of like, no, I want to turn them on now.
Those items are really cool, but in the daytime, they're less cool. They're still pretty, but...
And still on the Animal Crossing front, what are your expectations for Toy Day in terms of Christmas events on the island?
Yeah, so I didn't play the other games, but I'm assuming it works similar to the previous games. I'm gonna guess we're gonna give our villagers gifts from Jingle. And there's probably going to be something with crafting. I don't know if he'll give us a new recipe to craft, or he'll ask us to make certain things, or bring him certain things, but something like that. And then we'll hand out presents to our villagers.
Yeah. I'm thinking that it'll be something similar to that.
Yeah, I really liked how on Turkey Day, like, the villagers were inside but also outside, and it was rotating as you did tasks with them. So, like, I hope that there's a way for the villagers to participate who are inside and outside, if they're not all outside together.
Yeah, that's a good
like,
point.
Some people could be out taking gifts around, others could be in their house waiting for Santa.
Or wrapping gifts, or
Yeah.
just being by the tree, because Turkey Day was unique in that people, like the villagers, were actually in their houses, almost interacting with a new item. Like, I guess it was the same sink, but they were by it. They were
Yeah,
almost
that it
like
wasn't normally
crafting.
there.
Oh, that's awesome!
Yeah.
What a great concept. They could
So,
have
we'll see.
fireplaces.
That'd be cute. Or if I don't know if the game will code in trees for them in their houses. I mean, I could gift my villagers trees in their houses, but there's definitely houses that'd be like, it'd look cute for a little bit, but I don't want it there forever.
Yeah.
So I've been focusing on trying to decorate their yards, but like if the toy day could incorporate like making some kind of holiday related update to their houses like Turkey Day did, that would be cool. The inside.
See, from the video, what I'm kind of expecting is you speak to Jingle and he gives you this special wrapping paper, because we've seen there is a new gift wrap coming. And then from there you have to wrap up some gifts, make sure you give one to each of your islanders, and then when you've done that he gives you a DIY of something. Like, I've seen there's this amazing winter sleigh, but I don't think you can get that till Toy Day or something.
I mean, the cynical side of me is really scared that this is going to be a reskinned Halloween event, with Jack being Jingle, with the sleigh being the spooky carriage, and the kind of, I don't know, I guess we're not saving up candy like we were with Halloween, but a part of me is just scared that we're gonna get Halloween just in the snow.
But are you saving up the toys ready to give out on Toy Day?
Yeah. I don't know. It could be that's what the toys are supposed to be bought for. And like each villager personality type likes a different toy.
That's really, I mean, I'm already giving all the toys to the villagers, so I'm not sure.
One thing that I am liking is that, unlike Halloween, the items aren't limited in nooks. So before, you could only get, say, one of the lanterns.
Yeah, that crushed
like
me.
the spooky lanterns or a candy set. Whereas now, you can go in there and if you want to buy a doll's house for each islander, you can do that.
The only thing that they limited is like your island only has one color. So like if you get the red robot, you're only ever going to see the red robot on your island. But the cool thing is with it being unlimited is you can go to a friend's island and then go buy their yellow robot or whatever color variant you're looking for. Or you can catalog the items if people have different colors, or your friends can send you the different colors, which it all like works out for the community for playing online and sending each other little mail letters of different gifts or visiting each other's islands to catalog.
It does. I mean, I only got online 2 weeks ago, I think, which is insane. I've managed to play Animal Crossing for 6 months without having online. And honestly, I don't know how I ever managed it. Now I've got this second island. I couldn't live without it.
Yeah, it's very useful. It's I mean, you can play the game without playing online and multiplayer, but I don't know how. It's like the best parts of it is playing with other people. Not playing by myself and designing my island isn't great, but like the most fun and joy I've had is when I've played with you guys and our other Animal Crossing friends, or just today, like I met up with a random person and dropped off some flowers and they gave me a tour and I was just laughing while they gave me their little tour. So without the online features, it'd be a little bit sadder.
I couldn't imagine an island that didn't have online. Kind of like you'd be limited to maybe 3 types of flowers, 2 types of fruit. Like, what, it's kind of like, how could you manage with that? Because as well, a lot of kind of the Nook Mile awards that you
I'm
can
sure there are
get,
people who have them. We won't see what they look like because they're not uploaded.
Yeah. Like, I'm sure the majority of the Nook Mile kind of system thing, you need to be able to have online to get most of them, because you can get a Nook Mile award if you visit another island. You get Nook Miles if you plant every type of fruit on your island. Just to even unlock that, to get your Nook Mile tickets, you have to have been able to access online.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just crazy. I mean, oh my gosh. It's just so sad to think. Imagine someone could have a really great island and it can never get toured because they don't have online. How weird is that?
But luckily, like, I mean, it's still, like, a cost, but Nintendo Online is not the most expensive thing compared to some of the other video game online services where it's, like, $10 a month as opposed to...
True.
Oh, no, in the US, it's $20 a year. So, it's a cost, and everybody's, like, financially looking at what they spend money on, but... Nintendo is less prohibitive, I think, for online play than some other systems that you have to pay more money a year to be able to have multiplayer.
I mean, I'm the weirdest person in the world with money. Like, I don't know why. I was so reluctant to, like, upgrade that, like, kind of family online or that double online. But the second Amiibo cards or, like, Lego Mario's in stock, I'm just, like, adding it to my basket. I don't know what it is. I think I just like buying things that I can collect and that I can tangibly hold versus something just online. I don't know. I'm just weird.
It's funny. So have you guys been doing Christmas shopping? Are you all done?
I mean, I got upset in a big way today because obviously I surprised Millie with the Animal Crossing Switch and I found a good one. I don't know how much it cost, like £350, I think. And it was second hand. The person was really nice. It arrived in a bit of a ripped box, but that didn't matter because everything was in place. That was no problem. But then I'm seeing today that, like,
back in stock.
Yeah, in the UK as well for like 315. So not only could I have saved money, but I also could have got that kind of fresh box. And oh my gosh, I was just so disappointed because I had some problems with a Nintendo order. I ordered some of those pastel clothes and they were just cancelled. And I emailed Nintendo and they replied to me. And at the end of that, I was like, oh, so I've seen that this was announced in the US. Are they coming back to the UK as well? And they just ignored that response but answered all my other questions. And so I was just like, okay, the only way I'm going to get this is second hand. And just when I saw that today, I was like, oh, oops.
The timing.
It's just awful. And I don't know.
Millie wouldn't have had all this time to work on her holiday island.
I did. Like, as of recording this, I think I'm 3 days away from being ready to plan the tour. Everything's nearly ready. But
I'm so excited.
It's taken a lot more hours than I should put into a game.
I mean, that's true. We wouldn't have been able to get prepared. But I don't know, it just doesn't stop that feeling, because when I saw that Nintendo UK had them back in stock, I literally just wanted to throw up on my phone.
But it led to, like, an unexpected approach. Like, I know that you're, like, down about it now, but I guess, like, I knew it was something that you really wanted to get for me, so if I'd have known it was back in stock, it'd be more expected. Whereas you got it when it was out of stock, so it was kind of
You guessed what I'd got you.
Only when I saw the box.
What were you guessing? No, you said to me that you understood. You knew what I was getting you because I'd, like, been an idiot and was, like, hinting about it like a giddy mum.
Are you one of those people who you have a hard time keeping things a surprise and you just kind of want to give somebody something early because you want to see their reaction?
I mean, oh my gosh.
I'm kind of worse than JayBee for that. I showed him everything the second I'd ordered it because I just couldn't not. I was like, you're not gonna believe what I've just found, this is amazing. Whereas JayBee is very much like oh no, I can last till Christmas without telling her, and then, like, after 2 weeks of that kind of image, he ends up telling me.
I mean, here's the problem. I promised myself that I would never slip up like that again because Millie is really, really into kind of, like, reading and nostalgia, and so one of her favourite writers is Enid Blyton.
From when I was a little child.
Yeah, they wrote, like, some really old books, and I managed to find 5 signed copies last year. Like,
wow.
Like, and this writer is, like, deceased now, so it was literally, I literally felt like I found something that belongs in a museum. And oh, no.
Can I tell her where you decided to tell me you'd bought them?
Oh, because I kept it long.
We were sat in Starbucks 10 minutes before we started a shift at work with his mum, and he was like, you know, we were in that bookshop a few days ago, and like you said that you physically didn't want to leave the shop because you couldn't get the books. I managed to get them, and so I nearly screamed in the middle of the coffee shop because he just picked such a great place to tell me.
But then I realised...
And how many days before Christmas was this?
Oh.
At least 2 weeks. I think it had to be at least 2 weeks.
But the crushing part was that I realised that if I'd left it a complete surprise, I think I would have had the best reaction in the world.
I would have...
Well, don't tell me. Don't tell me. Oh my gosh. And I'm upset.
I had to be composed because Starbucks isn't the place to kind of start crying.
No. But you should have filmed Millie getting her Animal Crossing Switch. I would have loved to see her reaction live.
I mean, I was hyping it way too much because I had full belief that I would be able to hold out until Christmas. Like, I was literally saying like stuff that I guess a parent would say to a child to kind of get them excited. I was like, oh, I'm wondering if I should poke some breathing holes into like the box when it gets here, and promise me you won't shake it too much, because they might get upset. And
He was making me think I'd got a puppy.
Well, you wouldn't be happy with that. You'd be miserable.
No, it's because the dogs here put me off. They're too much work.
Dogs are a lot of work. Dogs are a very interesting Christmas gift because it's like, here's this adorable thing. It's also a lot of responsibility and financial expectations to take care of it. So,
and I think after living with JB's parents, cats have become my favourite. And I never thought I'd say that. So we were recently house sitting while they were away, and the dogs were just a nightmare to clean up after. You'd like literally have to clean the house and mop the floors every morning. It was a nightmare. Whereas the cats were so cute. I once fell asleep on the sofa, and when I woke up, one of them was just like snuggled up on my shoulder. They'd curled up on my shoulder and fallen asleep themselves. It was so cute. I've fallen in love with cats.
Well, you know, because I post about her quite a bit, but I'm a cat fan, being a cat owner. A pretty adorable 2-year-old cat named Cap.
Cap is so cute. And that video you shared a few weeks ago where they were playing on like that computer screen.
And the art commission as well that they've had done with Cap in it.
It's just too sweet.
Yeah, that was one of my Christmas presents where it's like I did the whole range, but it was from my mom. Who was like, okay, just buy it. And I was like, thanks. So I got to pick out my own. That was like an early thing where I was like, I commissioned this artist. I sent her some pictures of like my villager in Animal Crossing, and then pictures of Cap, and she turned Cap into an Animal Crossing villager, and we're decorating a Christmas tree. Wow. But I said in real life, she'd be knocking the ornaments off the tree, not helping me hang them, because Cap's like dangly, sparkly thing.
Yes. See, JB's always had like 4 pets in the house, 2 dogs, 2 cats. And the first time I ever decorated a Christmas tree with JB, it was like, no, you can't put that ornament near the bottom. The pets will get it. It needs to go at the top. All the nice ones go to the top.
Yep. If you have pets or children, all the nice ornaments go up to the top. And anything you're okay with losing or anything that can bounce and not break goes at the bottom.
Oh, that reminds me of another stupid thing that I do.
Are we just telling silly stories? As long as they're holiday related, they count.
Well, it wasn't. Podcast. It was just recent, and I don't know what it was. I remember being on a cruise ship, and I think it was in Mexico. I went to this shop selling Christmas ornaments, and the guy demonstrated this, that if you just throw this bauble on the floor, the beauty of it was that it could never break and that it bounced. And it was a few days ago. I tried to show it to Millie, and
it slammed on the floor. It didn't bounce, but I think it was because it was quite a few years old. Like JB went on this holiday with one of his friends when he was really young, and so like maybe 10 years later, he decided to throw it on the floor, and it sounded like it had smashed.
But did it break?
No, it didn't break.
Oh, well, then it still does what it's supposed to. It just doesn't bounce anymore.
I'm going to try and break it.
No!
Don't, JB. Between the Mario Kart, I'm surprised he's still alive because I seriously thought you guys were gonna break him.
Oh no, the Mario Kart. No, the Mario Kart lives forever. I think I'm just gonna keep it safely in its box now and retire the series.
He's been through a lot. He needs a vacation.
And I think we've established there is nothing Mario Kart can't take.
And we haven't chucked it in the bath.
I would love to see him drive around your Christmas tree, though. That'd be cute.
Oh,
Yes,
Make
that
a little
needs to
TikTok
happen.
or something.
that would be awesome. Or like versus the indestructible Christmas ornament.
Drive into it repeatedly. Who would win?
But yeah, you are right, because I think I've got wildly off topic this episode talking about my disappointing Christmas habits. I guess we'll kind of reverse the question. Are you kind of Christmas shopping at the moment? How's the kind of Christmas preparations going on your end?
In real life, I'll be honest, not much. I think all my Christmas energy has been thrown into Animal Crossing. Because, right now, it's, just going to be me and my mom and my brother. So we're just keeping it simple and small. So, the one thing we are doing is watching lots of Christmas movies. Because my mother loves Christmas movies. So every weekend, it's, non-stop Christmas movies.
Do you have a top 5 Christmas movies or kind of go-tos that are kind of like an annual event?
Well, the classic Rudolph ones, the claymation, those are always a go-to. And Charlie Brown Christmas, especially because, I think we own them too, but they always play them on TV, so we watch them. And then Elf is favorite by far. I've seen, and what else? I like Love Actually, even though it's very depressing. And then it's not strictly just a Christmas movie, but I really love Rise of the Guardians. It's about Jack Frost joining the Legends for the holidays, and it's a really beautifully animated movie. So I still consider it a Christmas movie because Santa's in it and it's winter time for Jack Frost, and it's a sweet movie. So
I think there's some really good movies.
What about
honestly,
you guys?
Elf isn't one that
it.
I've watched yet, but it's definitely up on my list too.
You haven't seen Elf?
Oh no, I've seen it.
Oh.
I've not seen it yet this year.
Okay. I was just gonna say, I heard I haven't watched it, and I was like, what, Millie? We need to fix that. We need to watch it.
I know, it must have sounded like the Grinch then, no.
You need to watch The Grinch.
Yes, I love The Grinch. I think, in terms of reversing the question, I think my top 5 would probably be... Oh my goodness, okay, pressure. The Polar Express is definitely one of them.
Yes.
Disney's Christmas Carol is one of them. My parents never really liked animation that much, so I was quite limited in terms of what I watched as a child. But I think the animation in that is just unbeatable. It's incredible. I don't know if it's as popular in the US.
Definitely.
But somebody did a nativity, a kids' school. I think there's been 3 or 4 movies now. There's the first Nativity, then there's Nativity 2, Danger in the Manger, and another one.
Which is The Dude Where's My Donkey?
Yeah. There's some really cool school kids that and there's a mischievous teacher who just kind of creates those problems, and it's just really funny, and they always end with a Christmas performance. It's just cute.
I want to create that in Animal Crossing, some of those songs, or just that performance at the end of the first one in general.
That would be good.
You should.
That would be awesome, actually.
Other than that, what else is there that we love watching? What about you, JayBee? Where are you thinking in terms of Christmas movies to watch?
I'm weird with Christmas movies. I kind of like more creepy ones, as odd as that sounds.
Yeah, yours is Gremlins and The Nightmare Before
yes,
Christmas.
Those are the 2 that I was thinking of.
I was going to say, Nightmare Before Christmas is definitely on there, even though I classify that as a Halloween movie, even though Christmas is in the title.
I mean, it is true because like the whole purpose of that is almost about making a spooky, misconceived version of Christmas. So it's ultimately quite, like you'd associate it with that scene where Skeleton Jack is delivering the presents, and then they all start going wild. Like, I think that's one of my favorite parts. And Gremlins is just, oh, it's awesome. I haven't seen the second Gremlins. I really need to. But, oh my gosh. Gremlins. Gremlins. I can't believe it. Like, one of my favourite memories from school is the first time I saw it was when my English teacher just let us watch Gremlins. It was just so great.
I love those days when teachers are like, yeah, I don't feel like teaching. They usually happen around the holidays because everybody's like ready to get out for break. And it's like, here, the TV will be teacher today.
Yeah. Ours used to be like, it reached a certain time of year and students would just make sure they had DVDs in the bag because the teacher would be like, okay, if anyone's brought a DVD in today, we can put it on. So everybody just like make sure they had a couple of DVDs in the bags just because you just can't not at Christmas.
I'd imagine that'd be weird because we always...
must say something a little bit of lag. It must say something about the U.S. education system that when they busted out TV, it'd be a VCR. Not because I'm that much older than you guys, just because they didn't have DVD players.
Honestly, some of our teachers didn't either.
An old TV with a VCR.
I remember being in primary school, so at the time I'd have been about 7, I think, and we had a room and there was like a TV on a trolley and it had a VCR with it, and you had to go to a separate room and all sat on the carpet, and they'd push this little trolley in with like the TV attached to it and this little VCR machine.
That's the classic memory.
It is. But like heading up to like secondary school and stuff, there was like in the English classrooms there was like TVs fixed to the wall for when you had to watch Romeo and Juliet to go with reading the script and that sort of thing.
Nice.
They seemed to accompany like everything that we did with the movie, so I was quite happy with that. It was like, okay, we've now read scene 1 of Romeo and Juliet, so let's watch it on this DVD.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't miss Shakespeare.
It's good stuff. I mean, I don't really know what else to kind of say about the kind of school system because it's like, I don't know, we could never bring in our own DVDs or anything like that. We'd always have to rely on what the teacher would got. It just kind of struck me as like, if you'd imagine, oh look, my teacher put on a Christmas movie today, you would imagine those kind of cliche, or not really cliche, just I guess standard Christmas films. You wouldn't really imagine a teacher putting on Gremlins where like there's a scene where they all start like rioting in a bar.
Yeah, that's an interesting choice. I don't think somebody would get away with that here in the US.
He was such a great teacher though, like honestly, they're just awesome.
So, for your Christmas movie list, you guys both have to watch both Grinches. Actually, there's 3 Grinches.
Oh.
There's the classic animated Grinch based off the book. Like, it's literally reading the book and the classic 2D animation. Then there's the live action one with Jim Carrey, which is a classic. I don't know why it wasn't on my list, because I love it. And then there was the 3D animated one with Benedict Cumberbatch. So you have to watch all 3 of those. That's your homework from me.
That sounds amazing. I'm definitely ready to watch all those.
That's probably the best bit of homework.
Oh, I guess a movie that I'd like to ask you about, because JayBee didn't watch it with me, is I know that you'd mentioned on a conversation we were having the other day, the new Netflix movie Holiday you'd watched. How did you feel about that movie?
Yes. It was funny. It was cute. My mom loves rom-coms, so we'll watch those together. And that one was, because it wasn't just Christmas, it was all the holidays. But that was an entertaining one. And of course, it had the classic happy ending, so it was a nice movie to watch.
Yeah, it was really good.
Very funny.
I enjoyed that. And did you see in the I don't know if it was released in the US, because again, things can be kind of different there, but like In the UK, in cinemas last Christmas, there was a movie release called Last Christmas that we absolutely loved. Did you see that?
Oh, the one with what's her name from Game of Thrones?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, Amelia Clark.
Yes.
Oh, we loved seeing that. I think we've watched
I didn't see it in theaters, but when it came out on like online streaming and video on demand, I watched it. It was really sweet, but I completely called the twist in the movie. Like, I was watching it, I was like, oh, he's the ghost. He's the guy whose heart she has. Oops, spoilers. For a movie that came out a year ago.
Okay.
That I spoiled.
Oh yeah, spoiler alert.
Okay, you okay now, JayBee?
Yeah.
He's losing it.
Okay, so Christmas movies. What else is great? Okay, The Polar Express. That's awesome.
Yeah, I remember when that came out in theaters, and it was like this big thing because it was in 3D, and it's like you get the glasses. And that was very exciting when I was a kid. But rewatching it now, it's, for me, a little less exciting. But when I was a little kid, it was however old I was when it came out. I was younger. It was fun.
Yeah, it does seem like that.
It felt a little bit kind of like a roller coaster almost, with the way that they animated it to be like 3D and like in your face for parts of it.
See, I think 3D's always been JB's worst nightmare because his family insist on seeing things in 3D whenever they go to the cinema. But because JB already has glasses, he finds it really, really difficult to try and balance two pairs of glasses together on his face, and ends up with a really bad headache. Then tries to watch it without the 3D glasses on so it seems more blurred, and then gets an even worse headache through doing that, and he ends up leaving the cinema in such a bad mood.
That's sad. There's actually somebody who made a pair of glasses that reversed the 3D effect, so that if you go to the movie with people who want to watch it in 3D, you can put these glasses on. But it doesn't fix the double glasses problem. But you can put these glasses on, and it made the image flat again. If you got headaches from the 3D.
Or it'd be
but
great.
It never really took off.
It'd be great if they made like flaps, because
So kind of like this thing that my dad had where like it was almost like the lenses for sunglasses that you could attach onto the middle part of your glasses and just lift up and down. So like whenever he walked in the house, he had to like lift these little flaps up off his glasses. And whenever he goes outside, he has to put them down. And my mum bullies him for it so badly. But JB's always like, oh, I need some of them. They're so good.
they're handy. If you have like 3D flaps, you could literally go to the cinema and they'd give you these detachables that you can just flap over your eyes.
It's a great invention. Although I feel like movies are moving away from the 3D thing. It was a big effect for a while. Like Polar Express was one of those early ones that implemented it, and then they've slowly like started to not incorporate it as much. So hopefully JB will be good and not have to worry about his double glass.
That'd be cool. I mean, I remember the early days of 3D films when like they made it as such an obnoxious part of the marketing. You'd have stuff like Shark Boy and Lava Girl and like Spy Kids 3D.
Oh.
When you'd have like prompts saying "put your glasses on."
3D.
Yeah. Oh my god! And the characters in the films would always have those glasses that were meant to like prompt the audience to put on their glasses, and it was like, oh my gosh, this is so weird to look back on.
They're actually, Netflix is making a Shark Boy and Lava Girl sequel, and they have kids. I saw a trailer for it the other day.
We've seen. JB said that they were supposed to be bringing back the original actress for Lava Girl, but that Shark Boy didn't want to come back, so they've had to recast him.
Aww. / Jacob from Twilight.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't he want to come back though? I would go back to that role.
You'd love to be Shark Boy, right, JB?
Yeah, Shark Boy's awesome. He goes in the water. He's Why are you laughing at me?
He goes in the water. So do most people when they have a bath, JB.
No, but like...
Is that a revolutionary concept?
Saying right now, just go diving.
No, but he's a shark boy. He's just cool.
He's
He is cool.
discount Aquaman.
Discount Aquaman. Oh, they could have got Jason Momoa.
Yeah, I would love to see Jason Momoa as Shark Boy.
Oh my gosh.
Christmas. We're talking about Christmas. not that this Shark Boy Lava Girl conversation is great.
I mean, it comes out on New Year, so I guess it's not too far after Christmas.
It's a holiday movie. We'll have to update about our thoughts and opinions on it. Should I rewatch the original before I watch the sequel? Because I honestly don't remember what happened.
I mean, I think...
I know I saw it.
Based on, like, some reactions that we've seen to the trailer, I feel like you do need to watch the first one again, because a lot of people were like, I feel like I'm supposed to know who these people are, but I really don't.
I mean, I remember the movie and I don't know who they are. All I remember of the first one is there's a kid called Max and he has some dreams about Shark Boy and Lava Girl, and his teacher becomes Mr. Electric, and they go to a dream world and Mr. Electric.
Oh, and there's the bad kid from the class.
Oh,
as
Linus.
well, isn't there? Yeah.
Who's Minus. They have like a dream war.
I don't even remember that much. So I'm going to have to re-educate myself. But that'll be a fun holiday rewatch when I get bored.
I mean, it's definitely going to be a great time, and I guess for all this episodes, this has been such a chaotic episode, but I really love it because it just feels so to the spirit of Christmas. Where like I guess what's better than just sitting down and having a chat with a friend? It just felt so conversational, and I really love it. It's just been a great time.
Oh, I'm glad. I bring the chaos.
No, I think JB's brought his fair share of chaos today, haven't you? Yeah, I actually have. I can't believe I kicked the wire out the microphone. That's never happened to me before.
He's just too excited.
Like,
you guys have the best excitement, and you bring lots of joy to your videos. So you're just bringing a little bit too much joy in that moment when you kick the wire out.
Like the most I've ever like messed up on like recordings and stuff is because we've got this mute button that obviously like cancels out recordings and audio.
Oh, you are not telling this on a podcast. But like, I thought I'd muted it in the middle of the last podcast we did because I had to burp and it wasn't muted, and I just let out this really loud. So the way the mute button works is it's not included in the video, but they could still hear, and so JayBee burped and the creator just heard it. I just laughed and I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't mute it. So in the middle of like talking to this creator, there's literally a burp that would give scurvy a run for their money. It just like goes like so what do you think of the toy day event?
Oh my gosh. Did you save the audio or did you delete it?
I think I've still got it, but I'll have to check.
You need to clip that audio out, JayBee, and you need to send it to our little group chat, because I know they would appreciate that.
I think scurvy had increased the number of from 10 beers scurvy to compete.
Oh my god, I can't. It's just been so embarrassing. Like
it was funny.
JayBee, everybody burps. It's not embarrassing. It happens.
I was so arrogant about it as well. I literally directed it to the microphone because I thought
because you thought you had muted yourself so it was even louder. Oh, that's perfect. That's the best.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Now that I've composed myself, this has been a very, 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 very happy kind of Christmas special of the 5-Star Talk podcast from JayBee and Millie and ahnahleesa. We are just going to wish everyone listening to this a happy holidays and a Merry Christmas and all of that goodness. It's been a very difficult year, but I just think a bit of positivity is all we need to just, if it's like one smile we have on our face, then that's like a victory of the day. Now, I know that you've already mentioned that you're not kind of taking content creation as like a main thing, but I guess where can we find you elsewhere on the internet?
Well, Twitter and YouTube, I'm ahnahleesa, which I will spell, and I'm sure you'll put somewhere anyways, but ahnahleesa. So it's the same on both Twitter and YouTube. And YouTube is just my little short videos, and Twitter is pictures from my island and silly jokes that I make, my custom designs, which are fun, and then I also put up the videos there. So, and I do have some Christmas sweaters. I have a couple more I haven't released yet, so I need to upload those, but I did have my Baby Yoda / the child sweater.
That was amazing. And seriously, when you see ahnahleesa's content, you have to consider that everything she does with that 30-second capture that the Switch gives you. And how she does it, I honestly don't know. It's amazing. And like you're saying, with the custom designs as well, they are certainly worth checking out. ahnahleesa has created all our display in the Able Sisters, so all the kind of channel merch almost, which is amazing. And also when we did our Hunger Games Island, they did the outfits for us then as well, so I would definitely recommend checking that out. It's absolutely amazing.
It really is. It's really no description since it happened, and I just love it. Oh, I got a screenshot today of, I think, Roald wearing the custom hat. It's so sweet.
You have to show me that.
So yeah, I guess to everyone listening, this has been another episode of the 5-Star Talk podcast. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to JayBee, Millie, and ahnahleesa.
Thanks, and happy holidays and happy new year.